This is Ariel Zilber for the Jerusalem Post website, and I'm joined right now by Sheldon Shorer. He's the spokesperson for Democrats abroad in Israel. And as we all know, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is in the United States for what many consider to be an important visit. Sheldon, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.
How do Democrats perceive Netanyahu now that he's in America? We're after the Iran deal. What do you make of his visit?
All right, first of all, this is not a partisan political visit. It has nothing to do with Democrats versus Republicans. This is the leader of Israel going to visit the leader of the United States to talk about issues of mutual concern. Now that you mentioned the Iran deal, I think that's one of the issues of mutual concern. Until now, there has been a discussion, harsh discussion between the two parties as to the contours and the nature of the agreement. The agreement, however, seems to be set. And now we have to deal with the effects of the agreement, such as the impact it has on both Israel's security and also regional security. Will Iran become a threat not only to Israel, but also to its neighbors, such as Saudi Arabia, Oman, Abu Dhabi? So this is something to which I believe would be number one on the agenda. And this has nothing to do with Democrats.
Although there do seems to be this sense that a lot of Democrats and liberal supporters in America don't really take too kindly to Netanyahu. They remember how he campaigned against the Iran deal. There's a sense that he doesn't really look too favorably upon the American president. What do you think about that?
I think a lot of that is overblown, and especially in the context of the current talks. As I said, it's the leader of Israel speaking to the leader of America. They each represent their constituencies, their various countries, their respective countries, and they are there to deal with very serious, important political issues. Whatever personal feelings they have between themselves, I think is irrelevant. They both are professionals and both are there to carry out their duties. Now, President Obama has said, even before his election, while he was running, back in 2008, he said, one does not have to be a Likudnik in order to love Israel. In other words, there are political differences between Obama's perception of Israel, America's role in the Middle East, and the peace process, and the way how to get it through, and the way that Mr. Netanyahu has it. Well, it's a surprise. There are other people in Israel who have disagreements with Mr. Netanyahu, not least of which is the leader of the opposition party. So the fact that there are some political differences on how to push forward the peace process and how to deal with Iran, this is something which is understandable. But I think that both of them, knowing this and having had whatever background they had until now, will be dealing with this in a professional manner. And I hope that they come out of these talks with something that is good both for the United States and in assuring itself that its local partners and will be more secure, and of course Israel for itself to be more secure in the face of the Iranian threat and the Pakistani threat. There's now more talk about the Pakistani bomb and other challenges such as ISIS in Syria, etc.
Given the Obama presidency, do you think Democrats have to work harder now to convince voters, convince Israelis that they are in Israel's corner?
I think your premise is completely skewed. As I said, President Obama has been one of the very best friends of Israel, and the fact that this is not perceived is really, really sad. And let me see what I can do in order to change that. President Obama, more than any other president, has opened up the United States to supporting Israel on a number of levels that has never been done before. As an example, military cooperation between the United States and Israel is at its height. They have never had joint war games before. The United States, the intelligence cooperation between Israel and the United States is greater than it has been. Mr. Obama has supported, for example, the Iron Dome project, both in its initial funding and in funding it more and more. We know how important that is. He's made cluster bombs available to Israel, which was not made available by the previous president. He's made the F-35s available to Israel.
We have to stop here, unfortunately.
Well, it's unfortunate that I just hope that your listeners don't have the wrong impression. Obama and the Democratic Party support Israel.